What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today will be part one of a two-part series about the NFL players who opted out of the 2020 NFL season. All said and done, there were 66 players who opted out, and 38 of whom were on offense. So this is going to be, part one. It's going to discuss the offensive players that opted out. And as you can see, I did color code it. I wasn't thinking until like halfway through about, oh, hey, it looks like Christmas colors, green and red. But you can go ahead and comment that if you want to. I'm aware. But so I'm going to, just kind of discuss the big names here. I'm not going to discuss everybody because a lot of these guys are relative no names. Again, 38 players opted out on offense. Some teams were decimated far more than others. So without further ado, we'll jump in. And as you can see, I wrote the player's position first, then their name, and then the team that they're on. So I have all the skilled players on the left-hand side and all the offensive linemen on the right-hand side. No quarterbacks opted out. So some of the bigger names, of course, you can see Damian Williams, running back for Kansas City. He opted out. That was a little bit of a surprising move. He's going to, he was a key piece on that team last year, the Super Bowl winning team. But it makes sense for him to opt out. I get it. I respect it. Brandon Bolden for New England, along with Danny Vitale for New England. Those are two good run, blocking running back and fullback, respectively. That they're going to miss them both. And then we got a group of receivers here that opted out. And some of the bigger names are Devin Funchess for the Packers. He was basically the only wide receiver that team acquired to help Rodgers. Guess what? He's not even going to play. Marquise Goodwin for the Eagles. He and his wife had a couple instances with miscarries. I think they had 3 total. So they just had a newborn in February. So, it made sense. Even if he wasn't on the Eagles, I would have known that story. And then the Dolphins lost a pair of receivers in Albert Wilson and Allen Hurns. Both are respectable, not, wide receiver ones by any means, but both respectable guys that you want on your team. Marquise Lee for the Patriots. Solid player. Geronimo Allison for the Lions. That was a bit of a surprise, too. He had a good chance to play this year, but him opting out, it's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt him. Then DeAnthony Thomas for the Ravens. A guy, you guys know I'm a fan of DeAnthony Thomas. Speedy guy. He wasn't a lock to make the team, so. And then we only had 3 tight ends opt out, and the biggest one by far is Matt LaCosse of the Patriots. The other 2 are just depth pieces in the Saints organization. And we get to the offensive linemen here. And again, there were some big names, but not a lot. So, Marcus Cannon for the Patriots. Marcus Gilbert for the Cardinals. Jawan James for the Broncos. Nate Soldier for the Giants. Those are the big name offensive tackles opted out, along with Isaiah Prince. He's respectable. He's a starter, borderline starter. And Andre Smith for the Ravens. He's a veteran at this point, so if he doesn't want to play, what are you going to do? When it comes to the guards, not a lot of big-name guards opted out this season. Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs starting guard, Laurent Duvernay Tardif. He opted out. He's working in the medical field, so he was the first guy to opt out in the NFL. He had said, I'm working in the medical field. I don't want to risk spreading this disease to people in the NFL. So it was a respectable move. Chance Warmack, he was a bench player on the Eagles Super Bowl winning team. He was a borderline starter for the Seahawks. He opted out. He knows a couple people in his family who had COVID. Rumor has that someone he knows died from COVID. So, other than that, though, it's a bunch of more bench players and guys who really probably didn't have a great shot at making the team. But these are all the NFL players that opted out on the offensive side of the ball. Again, no quarterbacks opted out. We did see 2 running backs, 2 fullbacks, and 11 receivers, 3 tight ends, 1 offensive lineman. He's just kind of, they didn't give him a specific position. 12 offensive tackles, and a whopping 5 guards, 1 guy who's guard and center, and then 1 pure center. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to make this video, but if you're wondering why we didn't do one for the MLB season or the NHL season, NHL, I did discuss it in my play-in preview round. I discussed all the guys who opted out. And MLB, there weren't a lot of big enough names. And even then, I'll do one probably in a couple weeks about the MLB since we've seen some more names. Lorenzo Cain opted out. But that's enough baseball for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This should be coming up, if I'm right, Thursday. August 12th? Thursday, August 12th, that video should be up. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. And check back in. It's either going to come up Thursday as well or Friday for the defensive side of the ball players that opted out. Have a good one.